everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am super excited to take you through my pantry renovation, something I've been wanting to tackle for a while. It went from cluttered chaos to organized bliss, and I'm going to walk you through every step of the process. So grab a snack, maybe take some notes, and let's get started. First up, we had to say goodbye to these old wire shelves. They were functional, but not exactly what I wanted in terms of look or storage. Plus, things were constantly tipping over. Taking them out wasn't too bad, just a bit of unscrewing and pulling and a little bit of patching afterward, where the anchors had been. Next, we moved on to the fun part, custom wooden shelves. I wanted something more solid and visually clean. We measured out the spacing to make sure we'd have room for tall items, baskets, and jars. Then we cut the boards, added some brackets for support, and got everything screwed in. Once everything was installed, it was time to paint. I went with a classic white. It just makes the pantry feel brighter and cleaner. A couple coats of primer and paint later, we were looking at a totally different space. Honestly, I was already obsessed and we hadn't even organized yet. Next up, organizers. I headed to my favorite stores and grabbed a whole bunch of things, like glass jars, baskets, risers for cans, Lazy Susans, you name it. I wanted everything to not only look good, but be super functional. This part was so satisfying, putting everything in its new home. I grouped by category: baking supplies, snacks, canned goods. I labeled the jars and made sure things we use every day are super accessible. Honestly, I didn't think I'd get this excited about oatmeal storage, but here we are. Here's the final look. Can we just take a moment to appreciate this beautiful transformation? It is bright, clean, and everything finally has a place. I actually want to open the pantry now instead of dreading it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this pantry makeover, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Let me know what area of the house you think I should tackle next. Until then, stay creative and keep making your space your own.